What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Get Real. Let's Get Real is an interactive talk show for guys. When you need support or you just want to talk about the stuff that we're talking about, like aliens and religion, our phone number 1-800-771-1025. Nick, welcome to Let's Get Real. What's up, Nick?
Yo, what's up, boys? How y'all doing?
Good, brother. How are you?
Not too shabby, not too shabby. So, to be 100% honest, I'm not always able to catch y'all's show. I've listened to parts and pieces here and there, mainly because of work and stuff. But
cool.
It's good to hear from you, Spanish. I haven't really heard from you much since my Calta days, so I'm glad to hear that you're doing all right and doing well, or at least as well as you can be right now in life.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, dude. I'm doing well. I appreciate the kind words, and I love you, man. It's nice to hear from you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. We've talked a few times via Instagram, but anyway.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get to what y'all was talking about. So I'm very religious now, mind you. The reason why I am is because of personal experiences that I've actually had in my life, things that have happened to me, and things that I have seen in my life. That's a story for another time. But what I truly believe is with the alien situation is what I truly believe is what you're seeing flying through the air is some sort of government experiment. Now, when I say that, I also tie this into what I believe is aliens, all of what you would see as like a physical form of something. I don't believe in any of that. I think that's all just hogwash. I think it's just made upness, right? But what I do believe is that there are high-ranking officials, so to speak, not just necessarily in the government, but with money, wealth, power, whatever you want to call it. I think what they do is rituals in one way or another, and it's, been talked about in various forms. But I believe what they do is they channel entities, which in what I would believe as a demon, and they get all of this information. Now, mind you, if you read a little bit into the Bible, you can get where the fallen angels come from. You do a little bit more research into it. You can see that, or it says that they gave humans this knowledge, right? So I truly believe that what's going on is there are some extremely powerful people that are doing rituals that are gaining this information that is somehow channeling it to the government or to their government or high-ranking or extremely powerful people that have money that's able to create this technology. So what I would say is what you see is flying through the air is some sort of government or extremely elite project, because like you guys know just as well as we do, or you guys know just as well as government does, like they have stuff that is technology that is well advanced from what they're letting us know. Like
that is correct.
Like a basic one, Velcro. They use that stuff in the space shuttle and everything else before they even gave it to us to use in everyday use. So what I think is that there is no like actual life form, so to speak, like that resembles like a human or something like that, or even something like a weird looking octopus or something like, you know what I mean? I don't necessarily believe that there's that such, but what I do believe is that there are people that are doing rituals that are channeling knowledge in one way or another and passing it on and using it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's been held true to me from what I've seen and also kind of what I've read. Now, mind you, I am not read up on the Bible. I have a very small understanding of it. But then also what you were talking about, how I think the Spanish was saying, how you feel like it's just maybe it was Shark, maybe it was you, Shark, I'm not sure. But it was, you feel like the times are just like, what is going on? Like it's so fragile. Like if something major pops off, like it's just the crumble to the end. Well, in my opinion, and from what I've read and what I believe is these are the signs of the time, and in the Bible, there's been so many prophecies that have throughout history, you can look back and have seen that have proven true. And a lot of if you read in the Revelations, they talk about these things that have to happen before the end of time, so to speak. And you can take that however you like. This is, like I said, this is just my opinion, what I believe in. Yeah. But I truly feel like these are all the signs of the times, and there have been prophecies that have come true and that are coming true. Like, for instance, the easiest one to look up is the drying of the Euphrates River. Well,
Yep.
if you do a quick Google search right now, you can see like it is bare bones. Like they're discovering like I don't know exactly the right word to describe it, but like temples or monuments or something along those lines that are been underneath the waterline for hundreds of years that they're just now discovering, and all of these things. And it's like, man, we all collectively feel in one way or another uneasy. And I feel like some people feel it a lot more than others. And I feel like everybody who is in tune spiritually one way or another, whether you believe that it's God or you believe that it's whatever it may be, I truly believe that it's a higher power one way or another. I don't believe in every single little detail, and I obviously question a lot of things until proven true. Like for me, it's like I love to believe in a Bigfoot, but until I see absolute proof of one, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard, but because of what I've experienced and what I've seen in my life, and I've had literal physical experiences and experiences with people that I don't know from. It's like it makes it harder for me to disprove it rather than prove it.
Yeah.
And so when I look at a lot of these things, I can't say one way or another, but I truly feel like they've never really shown us a body that they would let the general public come and poke and prod at and take pictures of. Like, if you guys really want us to believe this, when I say you guys, the government, like, if the government really wants us to believe this, like, put it out there. Like, don't be so hem-haw about it. Like, don't be like, oh, well, here's a little tidbit of some crumbs. Nah, bro, put it out there. Let us know. Let us come and look at it, just like the Mona Lisa. We all know the Mona Lisa is real. You know why? Because we can go there and take an absolute picture of it and see it in person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally.
So that's my TED Talk on it, boys. Thanks for letting me vent on that. I really appreciate it. I'm headed.
No, Nick, that's good. Hey, Nick, before you jump, share one experience from your life.
I'll talk to you, boys.
Yeah, share one experience. You know, because I have mad respect for your how you using your words, being a very religious person, but that comes from experiences. I'm just curious, like through your life, those experiences have shaped your belief, and I'd be curious, like share, like what like give me something that, because I'm just fascinated by it, man. I'm fascinated by your conviction.
All right, so I'll give you like a quick summary, and I know y'all can relate on it too, because especially Spanish, because I know he's a rabbit hole enthusiast. So every rabbit hole, so to speak, that I've been down always ends in one of two ways. It's either this is so stinking evil that there is no way that there cannot be something that has like good and evil, yin and yang. You know what I mean? There has to be something, because I cannot physically stomach the fact that there are people on this world that are doing things of what we all know of what they're doing to children, Epstein files and everything else. Like, there's no way that I can physically stomach that there is that much pure evil in the world or in this existence without having something that can be just so pure goodness. It's hard for me to believe that. It really truly is. And so with all of the rabbit holes that I've been down, and man, it got to the point to where I've went through so many, I just started to like, I can't do this anymore. It was physically taking, it was taking emotional, the physical, all kinds of just like, it felt like I was literally just pulled out of existence, and I'm just out here on an island screaming, and everybody's looking at me and waving, saying, oh man, he must be having a great life over there on that private island of his, you know? Yeah. And so with that, I talked to people, and I found a few people, and this one guy, his name is David, God rest his soul, he passed away in a motorcycle accident at the beginning of this year. And so with my job, it was a horrible day. I'd been working 15 hours, and I just got home, and I got a call saying that I had to go back out. So I got to this job, and I'm cussing life. I'm cussing everybody and everything. And this guy, David, pulls up. I've worked with this company before, but I've never specifically met him. So as soon as I started talking to him, it was like a click. Like, I mean, everything that I was saying, that he was saying, it was like just nonstop. Like, yeah, bro. Yes, absolute. Dude, I feel that. Yeah. Like, it was just like instant best friend. You know what I mean? And so awesome. From there, we got to talking, and, over a period of time and a few more jobs here and there, we got a lot closer. And eventually I was just talking to him one day during the workday, and, you know, it was just general talk. Afterwards, I got home, and I'm standing I just got home, stripped down for my clothes. I'm literally starving. I'm standing in my kitchen and cooking chicken tenders in my air fryer in my underwear, dude. And this lightning storm rolls around, and I just have this weird feeling, and I'm listening to music. I love heavy, heavy metal. And a Slipknot song comes on. I know it left, right, up, down, back ways, and front ways. The Devil and I. And as soon as that song came on, everybody knows the chords. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I had this overwhelming feeling of just pure, like mental and physical anguish. Like, I felt like somebody just ripped every bit of happiness out of my soul and put so much anxiety in me that I physically started to get weighed down to where I was falling to the ground. Like, I'm literally sitting on the floor, and I'm like, what do I need to do? Like, this is crazy. Like, what is going on? And then lightning came on. I mean, when I say lightning, I lived in a mobile home. It shook my house so hard that my dog ran into his crate. It scared him. I'm like, oh, whoa, that's wild. Like, that's crazy. I'm like, okay. I was like, all right, because I felt this. It's just I don't know how to explain it other than just pure despair. Like, it was
dread.
Just the most. Like, I felt like I was being hunted by everything, the entire universe, and like I had nowhere to go. Like, it was just, I knew that I wasn't like necessarily going to die, but I felt every fiber of my being like, this is not good. I don't know what is going on, but this is not good. And so, that gave me chills. And so with that, the lightning struck. I'm like, what is going on? I was like, okay, you know what? Let's test it. Let's test it, because I remember somebody telling me that if you really reach out and you feel it in your heart and you need help and you beg for it and you're absolutely honest about it, and like I'm not even saying this right, but basically, if you reach out with the purest of intentions to him and say, I need you, he will show up. And I was like, all right, let's test this theory, right? And sorry, guys. And so from there, I was like, all right, God, if this is you, show, boom! I mean, before I could even get the words out of my mouth, another lightning strike. I'm like, okay, all right, boom! Like, I couldn't even say that was a coincidence. And I'm like, all right, God, if this is really you, shake my house and put my electricity out. And before I could even say right now, it happened.
Yep.
And then it came back on, and I was like, no, before I could even say no way, it happened again. And I was like, okay, just to absolutely solidify it, boom, and it blew a tree out in my yard.
Dang.
Isn't it beautiful?
Blew a tree out in my yard after I was at that point, and I was like, oh my gosh, what do I even do? And all I could think of is call my buddy David, because I know that he is heavily in the church, and I just had this experience. Like, I don't know what to do. My grandfather, he is a very heavily devout Roman Catholic, to the point where every other day he's sending me a Bible verse and this and that. Like, I didn't even think to call him. All I could instantly think of is to call my buddy David. And I called my buddy, and I told him, I was like, dude, and I just explained everything to him. I was like, this is what happened. He said, hey, man, can I pray over you? I was like, I mean, yeah, sure. And as soon as I said, yeah, sure, I literally started to pass out. Like, the room started growing black. I felt the entire weight of the world on me. I was literally just like, it felt like the universe was dragging me down. Like, somebody turned the knob for the G's to the max. Like, I literally crawled on my hands and knees out of my house. And as soon as I passed out of my door, I was able to stand up. I sat on a cinder block, and I said, okay, I'm ready. And as soon as he started speaking, I didn't hear a word he said. All I heard was, it sounded like Snoopy, like when the adults are talking on Charlie Brown,
Yeah.
you know, the Peanut.
Yeah, totally.
When it says wah, 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 I couldn't hear. Yeah, and it was just a deafening, like, absolute distortion. I couldn't hear anything. Now, mind you, that day I worked my absolute rear off. Like, I put in about 18 hours, and by the time that I got home, I was done. All I'd been doing is drinking water. I was so dehydrated, I didn't even pee all day. Like, no food, nothing. We didn't have time. Absolutely grinding. So when I was outside and as soon as he started talking maybe 2 or 3 words into it, I started projectile vomiting. When I say that, I'm talking full-blown exorcist. So hard, I blew blood vessels out of my eyes, boys. And and it just would not stop the whole time. I couldn't breathe, and it felt like an eternity. And as soon as he said amen, boom, right then, everything lifted off of me. All of that weight, all of that, like, guilt, all of that despair, all of it instantly gone. Now, boys, I have done drugs. There ain't nothing I've done or that I haven't done besides stick a needle in my arm. There is nothing on this earth that got me like that. Nothing. I laid there on the floor of my kitchen for 4 hours, laughing and crying hysterically, feeling a joy that I've never felt so hard that I literally felt like I was floating. I could not even feel my body. I couldn't feel the floor. It was the most joy and pure bliss that I've ever felt in my entire life. And the whole time, every time he said, man, this is him working in you, it just shot it up like I took a monster, just a monster rail of the purest fish scale you could possibly think of, man. And it was just every single time. And I have been chasing that since. And I tell you, boys, as crazy as it sounds, whenever I do good for somebody and it's like, they're like, man, thank you so much. I'm like, you know what? It's not me. Have a blessed day. It's all him. I've been blessed enough to be able to bless you in one way or another. And it's all him. And every single time I do that, and I don't tell nobody about it, I do it under the radar. Like it's homeless people sitting there. I'll buy an extra cheeseburger for lunch, and I'll ease out there and hand them to them and say, hey man, God bless you. Whatever you're struggling with, just I hope that he's got you. And it's like, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, it's not me. It ain't me. And every single time that I do something like that, it gives me just 1/100,000th of a little bit of a hit of what I had that day. And I tell you, it is the best feeling. And I'm an alcoholic. I can't. Alcohol doesn't even. It makes me not even want to drink, trying to chase high. And there's no other way that I can possibly explain it. And that's just my, like, what happened to me in order to get me to okay, this is actually something. Ever since then, I've just been like, it's hard. It's a hard road, man. It's not easy. It's extremely hard to put faith in something that you have no proof on. Like what I said at the very beginning of my conversation, like, I need to see Bigfoot's rear end in order to believe it. You know what I mean? And that experience alone, on compounding on everything else that I've experienced, I absolutely wholeheartedly believe it right now, as sure as I'm talking to you boys. God strike me down if I'm lying. If somebody told me I'm going to shoot you in your head right now if you keep believing in Jesus Christ, I said pull the trigger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right now. And I've got things to live for now. I've got kids. I've got a girlfriend that I'm literally traveling 100 miles one way just to see her. Hopefully one day to make her my wife. So I've got things to live for versus when I didn't. And ever since then, man, I've enjoyed life. I've actually wanted to grow. I've actually wanted to be a better father, a better person in general, and a better person so I could be a good husband one day. And, man, I tell you what, I used to be a raging POS back in the day, boys.
Yeah,
like,
I feel that.
I mean, and that's just kind of like, you know, what my one experience that got me to where I'm at now. And I tell you, it's hard for me to talk about it because a lot of people think that I'm just like, okay. But then also at the same time, it's like, man, if I could just give you a little bit of insight so you could experience just a little bit of the joy that I was feeling, you will take every little hit you could possibly get. And it's hard to really describe it to people that have never really been in the drug realm or have ever even experienced any extracurricular, because I've never been straight edge. You know what I mean? I've always been the black sheep. I've always been the outcast. I've always been the first one to say, hey, well, plans fell out. Let's go party, boys. You know?
Yeah.
So, and for me to, you know, like absolutely hate that life and hate that part of me and everything else to be where I'm at now, like, dude, there's nothing. There's no other way to explain it, in my opinion. Like, what in this world, other than a little bit of changing that you have, is going to make you want to be something else other than that changing point? Well, what is it going to take for you to change? Because I tell you, for me, it literally took that.
Yeah.
It took all of that versus all these miracles I've heard of. I've read the Bible a few times before all of this and everything else. And it took literally being grabbed by the scruff of my neck and shaken like a redheaded stepchild in order to get it through my head. And now that I see it, it's just like, it is so much easier and so much better. Now, mind you, I have a lot more struggles, and I'm convicted a lot more on a lot of basic choices that people would even second guess on, you know? So with the good, there comes a lot of heaviness. You know,
Yeah,
I
of
wouldn't
course.
say bad because, you know, what would be bad for somebody else would be begging to have your life, you know?
That's right.
Yeah,
So I
totally.
wouldn't say bad, I would just say challenges. But yeah, that's kind of my little bit of a story and my TED Talk on it.
Hey, man, I appreciate you sharing that. We do have to run to break, man, but that's beautiful. That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you shared that experience, because that's something that,
Yeah.
you know, we do this show, we do it hoping that either we say something or a caller says something that resonates with somebody. And I have no doubt in my mind that you sharing that story just resonated with somebody. They needed to hear what you just said, Nick. So I'm like super grateful that you shared that.
Yeah. Well, thank you, boys. Much love. And is Fridays when y'all really, or is y'all's show now on Friday night? Because it's on the start tuning in.
Yeah, Friday nights at 7.
All right, boys. Hey, awesome. Much love. Thank you so much for letting me vent. And I really, truly hope that this helped anybody or somebody. And if not, you know, great. You know, I got a little bit off my chest, but also at the same time, if you feel anything, if you feel a little something, just ask him, because you'd be surprised what little crumbs could turn into an entire piece of bread. You never know.
Yep.
That is
Amen.
beautiful.
All right. Love you, boys. Y'all take it easy.
Love you, Nick. See you,
Love you,
brother.
Nick.